My gosh. It was perfect.
Reaching for my glasses through my face. Okay.
So did we lose Douglas?
He went to the bathroom. I think it's okay to start.
This meeting of the council will reconvene. The mayor is looking for a motion to come out of closed session. Okay, there's a motion and a second, please. Jan makes the second. Any discussion?
Mayor,
Roll call vote, yes.
we have somebody missing.
Yeah, sorry. Doug Ratliff had to be excused. He was sick. He's gone home.
Oh, he
Okay.
went home?
We need to put that in the minutes, Susan, at 12:15. He left,
Hey,
okay?
I am.
Yeah, in the morning. Okay, so there's a motion on the floor and a second. Susan, would you do a roll call vote? This is just to come out, it's not the certification.
Okay, Gary,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Jan. Yes. Laura.
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Now, we need a motion and a second from the members of council that you are certifying that nothing was discussed other than personnel for 2.2, code number 2.2-3711A1, and contract negotiations 2.2-3711A8. By voting affirmatively, you are saying that we did not discuss anything other than personnel and contract.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, there's a motion. Is there a second? Gary seconds it. Okay, so we're good. Any discussion on this motion?
Mayor, as far as, obviously we can't, I mean, you all can take the vote and certify, but I think we do need a note in the minutes that we will need Mr. or Councilman Ratliff to
Certify.
certify as well. So if we can make that note next meeting, that he'll need to certify what we discussed.
I'll make let's go ahead and do this, and I will make a separate deal out of it. Okay? Separate, all right.
For him to
Is there a roll
ratify.
call vote, please?
Gary,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Jan.
Yes.
Laura.
Yes.
Thank you.
The motion carries. Now, I will seek a motion to require that Councilman Ratliff certify at our next meeting, or as soon as possible, I guess at our next meeting, under a vote, that nothing was discussed. He will have to agree, nothing was discussed for other than personnel and contract negotiations pursuant to 2.2-3711A1 and 2.2-3711A8. That makes it very official. Is there a motion to that effect?
I'll make that motion.
All right, is there a second? And there's a second. Jan seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Gary,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Jan. Yes. Laura.
Yes.
Thank
So by the motion of council, Councilman Ratliff will provide a certified vote at the next council. I think it needs to be in public. Okay? Thank you for the wise counsel, counselor. Okay. Now we're ready for attorney comments.
Mayor Curry.
Oh, yes, you have a motion to make, don't you?
I would like to make a motion that we direct Heather to provide an RFP to seek
Recruitment.
the advice, recruitment for the town manager.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
I'll second. Or
Rick seconds it.
who. There, sorry.
Any discussion? I will ask, we don't have to have a roll call vote. Everyone clearly say aye if you're in favor of this motion. Say aye.
Aye.
Anyone, any nays? There are no nays. The ayes have it. It is unanimous. Okay. Next, we have attorney comments, contract review. Go ahead.
I did pass out a version of a virtual meeting and participating remotely. I would just ask for you all to review that if you got any questions, let me know, and we can maybe present that at the next meeting. I just wanted to get that in your all's hands.
Thank you, and we will take that up at the next meeting. Thank you very much. Okay, anything else, Mike? Are you good? Okay, thank you, sir. Town manager report, Heather?
Okay, I just have a few things. Some of them are basically from the January meeting, and I just want to just let you all know that, I was unable to get the RFP out for the generator, mainly because, not necessarily duties, but
Information.
sickly, no. I was sick, and then the person that was gonna help me with it was sick, but I plan to follow back up on that, and, I will let you all keep you posted on that, and I think, Seth is still willing to help me with that.
Okay.
And, also, and you'll have to forgive me, cause I didn't attend any of these meetings, and I don't really know, but the pop-up Richlands, I guess where, where they get 1,500 and or a max of 5,000. They've been a couple requests. The first one I had was, under the 15, but this one is actually, and I'm just gonna be quite honest, I don't have time to go through and review these right now, and take that on. To go to those meetings and see what's going on, and so I'm relying on people that are there and to bring me back the information, and who was there from the start that's still here now. So basically, we had one business, and I'm not gonna say the names, I don't know if that's allowed, and they have submitted to what I believe is acceptable and qualifying receipts. And this amount is over 1,500. All I'm asking is for this one time, if the council would grant me authority to write one check instead of keep coming back, because she's already submitted receipts up to 5,000, as long as I review them and it does qualify as rent, utilities, and I think the other one was internet, and I think that's the only ones they submitted receipts for. And that's all I really know about that, but I know that I would have to have the council's blessing to proceed with that, but that would be done with that, from my understanding, that would be done with that person's business.
Heather, would you like a motion to support that?
That would be great.
Okay. Is there a motion to support payment over $1,500 by our town manager to, and she has the receipts, to make it right, put it simply? Up to
This
5,000.
one would actually be up to 6.
Well, the other one wouldn't have to count.
Yeah, those are,
It's separate.
Is that the VCC?
Yeah,
Yes.
the VCC,
yes,
and it doesn't have the same,
parameters.
yeah.
So you're writing 2 separate checks?
Uh-huh.
Oh, they were at two,
Two
they were
separate
at
things.
two separate meetings is why.
Okay.
Well, it's two different
Yeah,
spots, too.
yeah, true.
So who wants to make this motion?
I'll make that motion.
Would you mind to clarify it for
Sure.
her?
I make the motion to give the town manager to,
The authority.
the authority to exceed $1,500 for this one time, up to 5,000.
And Jan seconds. Jordan makes the motion, Jan seconds. Any discussion? Anybody discussion? Okay, roll call vote, please, Susan.
Gary,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Jan,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
thank you.
The motion carries. It is unanimous. Thank you, members of council. Okay, Heather?
And, I do wanna mention, and I don't really know how far advanced we need to put that out, and I don't have it typed up yet, but I do have a calendar, some budget work sessions that will go along and start hopefully in March. And how do you all wish that I put that out there. Now, do they have to be there for budget work sessions? How about that?
I think last year we weren't there for the budget work session.
And I don't really see the need for
Anytime there
that.
was meetings,
Mhm.
and obviously work sessions, you can't vote on.
Right, right. So also, before I send these out, do you, it's super hard to be here at 12 o'clock, and I'm sure for you all too, when it's got jobs tomorrow, but do you all feel like, and there is more meetings than usual, and I did that just because I can't, like, this is too much.
Yes.
But, is anybody opposed to like, and I know Gary, and y'all work, but is there any way that we could do sometimes like at 4:30? And, I mean, I just feel like this is a very long day to stay focused. And it's just difficult. I mean, I feel like if we can do these work sessions earlier, it would be better.
I just need to know in advance. It's my
As long
only
as I know
question.
in advance, I'll try my best to be
Yep.
here.
And do they all have to be there, do they? Because they don't vote, or does it have, they have to?
I would like to be there.
If there's more than three, it has to be advertised, but I mean, I think it's best for.
Well, I mean, I was gonna advertise it, right, but let everybody know. But I was just making sure, because I don't know, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if somebody has an emergency, they can't be there or something
Right,
like that,
right.
but I think it's best to, as many of them, if not all of them.
Right, right, but I just meant like,
Is that open to public?
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, that, nobody.
And I want to
usually
say
knows.
thank you for clarifying that work sessions, and they're more properly called work sessions and not workshops. Picky, but it's true. And I want to mention thank you because we don't vote in work sessions. Thank you.
But we can.
Hmm?
We can.
We can't.
According to FOIA, we can.
But we
I mean, I
shouldn't.
know it's what you guys haven't done, but, if we are gathered together in a and 3 or more are gathered here, it's considered a meeting according to the law.
Yeah, it's a meeting, but with the understanding that if you all are just having a work session, you present it as a work session and you're not gonna vote. Yes, under FOIA, it is a meeting, and that's why it has to be advertised. But it's gonna be,
advertise
it's
it as a work
basically
session.
an understanding of you all that it's a work session that you're not going to vote.
Right. It's a courtesy to each other. Yeah, yeah.
Is everybody good with that
You're
consensus?
right, under FOIA, yeah.
I understand that, but it's tradition at the
Yeah,
very least.
I'm okay with starting earlier.
I am too.
Okay.
I just have to know ahead of time. That is my only requirement.
Okay.
We'll need somebody to,
Or,
yeah. Make
Oh.
a motion to that.
For the clerk, I'll make a motion that we allow Heather to advertise the position for the clerk.
Okay. There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
And Gary seconds. Any discussion? No discussion. I will ask for a voice vote. Make it very clear. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Mayor Curry, can I also make a motion that we advertise the positions for the open committee positions?
probably needs to know
On
that
the town website, not necessarily in the paper.
Yeah, not necessarily in the paper.
Do you
just-
want to have some wording on that, Laura?
I'm gonna have to have.
Some help?
Ask to put that on hold, or get somebody to do it for me and let me know, and then I'll put it out there.
Laura, do
Okay.
you want
I
to
mean,
do
just
that?
to be real honest.
I don't mind to do that. I don't mind to collect them if people want, or if
No, I
you,
mean, just to put the, I mean, whatever you wanna do, I'm fine with. I
Yeah.
just don't know if
I was just trying to seek some help because I know
Oh,
Laura was
yeah,
interested in having in advertising or opening the possibilities up, so.
I don't mind to wait another
Okay.
month. So I'll withdraw that motion. But I do want to make a motion that we formally form the events committee tonight so that when we do advertise, we can include that.
Okay. There's a motion to, say that again?
To form an events committee. or
There's a
events
motion
committee.
on the floor to form an events committee. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, is there any discussion? There being no discussion, a voice vote, clearly say, if you're in favor of this motion, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. It is unanimous. Okay.
As far as committee appointments, are you talking about the IDA and the recognition?
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna wait on that for a month, is what we ended on.
Okay. So that's all committees, Laura, and commissions?
If that's what
Well, I
Heather
mean,
needs.
the motion was what? Events committee?
The motion was events committee, that we were gonna officially form it, so that way when
They'll do
the
there-
appoint, that way when we open it up for, and we do the IDA rec, I think there's planning commission too, that we include the events committee.
Okay.
And allow people to tell us.
Okay.
In a formal way that they wanna
So-
serve on these things.
I can volunteer to do the IDA, like the job recs, if that's what's needed. I just feel like they only have 4 people. It's super hard for them to get together. Like, I can't commit to doing all of them, but I can gladly help with the IDA ones.
You mean in writing the advertisement?
Sure.
That's fine.
As long as they're approved by someone.
I just feel like, I think we're just advertising like, I don't know if it's gonna work committee is what I'm trying to think.
Like a Facebook post.
Yeah, absolutely,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a
Okay.
It's not like a formal.
big newspaper RFP, anything.
Well,
No.
I will send something, and if you like it, you post it. Whoever has that power.
And then Laura, you can do the same for events. Okay. All at one time. Why don't you do planning and IDA and rec?
Yeah. Let me write that down. I will commit to doing that.
Okay. Okay. Good enough?
Yes.
And you're doing events? Okay. What else, Heather?
I don't have anything else.
Okay. Council member reports, these are non-voting items. Jordan?
Sure. So the only thing I wanted to bring up, I brought up the tractor trailer earlier. I just wanted to give a shout out to our officers. It was Charlie and TJ. They did an awesome job responding to that. They were there in minutes and helped that guy out a lot. Also, I would like to say great job to the town. They have been, even though we did get a complaint earlier about the drains, which they needed some help in Valley, I have seen them out there fixing and doing maintenance on them. So I just wanted to say great job. Thank you. And that's all.
Okay. Next, Gary.
I probably should have had this brought up on the agenda change, but Rick can pass them out. After the meeting that we had with the rec park, all of us, I went over and had Jordan to meet at the rec park, and this is sort of the priority things that I went through and looked at that need to be corrected, that are pretty hazardous at this point. You know, that's what we was asked to look at it, you know, to do a evaluation of the list that they had and then sort of break it down what's priority right now. Correct, so this is a list. Here's some photos you can look. I know it's, you know,
We're fine.
this price is material only. That one right there, Rod, in your left hand is a aluminum sign covering a big hole at the entrance of that gate.
Okay, I was
That is
wondering what that
dangerous.
was.
Water is eating it.
And what's going on here?
That's the bridge and water erosion that's eating the foundation out from that catwalk due to that drainage right there in that
Okay.
hole.
And the sign's right in
That's
front
a
of it.
slide.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not safe.
That's the gate at the
Am I
pool.
looking at it right? Yes. These are the
At
gates
the pool, yeah.
at the pool. Okay.
I would have printed more, but my printer ran out ink.
Is that the,
Which way am I looking here, Gary?
is that the tennis court?
That's the garage door.
Got
There
it.
you go.
Is that the tennis
No,
court?
this is the pool. All this is deteriorated, tore, not tied. It just, that's the length package.
You know, I've got a different thought on the tennis court. After I've been over there, I think we need to take the fence down and make a parking lot out of the tennis court because nobody uses it.
Discussion,
Nobody uses it.
and it's needed parking back.
Yeah,
They do need us.
every inch
Are we
matters
looking
over
at
there.
sidewalk repair here as well as
And,
fence?
and that
I mean, you
repair
can
of
put it
the
there,
fence or take it down and put ballards in front of the heat pump because it's hazardous waste.
Put what now?
Put ballards in front of the heat pumps and just eliminate the fence.
I got
It's
you.
the best
Steel
solution,
pipe.
Yeah,
Instead
got
of
you.
having maintenance on it,
Thanks, Rick.
you know, get rid of it.
Okay.
But those are pretty much the priorities on the list that need to be
So this is something we'll have to take under consideration.
And that's $10,700.
Of what I've got wrote in material, no labor. Of those. fence
Total of all this that you recall
Yeah.
priorities
Right.
10-7?
Yeah, with no labor.
material.
Okay,
Yeah.
this material,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you, Gary. Anything else, sir? We probably should discuss this at our next meeting.
Right, and I've got some, but they can wait till next meeting.
Okay, Laura?
At the Public Safety Committee meeting, the fire chief needs to know how long the fire department needs to keep their paperwork. I don't know the answer to that, but I would imagine you could find out for us, if you could.
What are call sheets?
No, the paperwork, remember how we were talking about, like, the shredding, and the police department went through papers from like 1952, and Chief Reynolds was wondering how long he has to keep
It depends on what it is.
whatever he's got over there. Next thing was, like a year ago, the council voted to put that RFP out for delinquent tax collection, and it never got put out. I know that's not under you, but I think collecting those delinquent taxes is going to really help.
Was there not, I knew you had talked about, TCAS.
Mm-hmm.
Was there not any action on that? I thought,
The council voted, because at the time I was at the podium, and the council voted to move forward with that. He came and gave a presentation, but I believe they said they wanted to put it out for RFP. And I think it might have been the first month that Seth White was here, but they took a vote on it to move forward with that RFP, but the RFP never went out. So whatever month Seth was appointed, it would be in this first 2 months that he was here. Also, I have had a ton of calls about code enforcement, and I thought tonight we were gonna have that ordinance. Do you have an update on when we'll have that, or?
so, and I've talked to Adam Kraus about this. I met with Adam and, Chief Holt and with John, and I had worked on codes that they had requested me work on. And when I was sitting there, had provided a notice, John had told me, oh yeah, this has been updated. So the code that I had was even outdated.
Okay.
So, and what I've told Adam is I'm gonna have to find a time just to come down here and go through the updated code.
Okay.
And hopefully there is one, or maybe even have to go through all of the last meetings to make sure that ordinances were getting updated. Like the ordinances that we've done here, I've made a note in there that they just been updated.
Right.
But obviously there was a lag from, even before we were hired until probably like 2018 to about when we got involved, about 2021, middle of 2021, where it just, we don't know if it's been updated.
Okay, but we are working on that.
Yeah.
Okay. And the last thing, I've had a couple calls about wondering if we could update the signs and painted arrows right there on that strip, like where Bad Axery and the CD Salon are, how it turns back up and goes straight. Some people were saying that, I guess we need more notice maybe
Are you
before that
talking about like
turn.
like that?
Loops around.
Yeah, where it loops around.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'll check on it. Are you talking about the painting on the road, or?
Yeah, the calls that I had said that the arrows that say left lane is going to turn back up are too close to the turn, so the people don't know until they get right up on the turn, and it's causing stuff there. So they were wondering if we could stick a sign or paint an arrow a little bit further back for advance warning.
I'll loan them an arrow if they need it to paint. I've got them. They always borrow them, but Rick always did, and Rick's
Mm-hmm.
gone now, so I'll loan it to the street department, still yet.
Well, is there is there one there, or you're saying it's too close?
I think there's one there. I'll be honest with you, I don't pay attention
I've never
because,
paid
you know,
attention, zero attention.
but the people in those buildings have said to me that the arrow is too close to the turn, so people don't know far enough in advance, and then they get right up on it and have to wait to try to merge over into the right lane or whatever, so.
Okay, and my only other, if you don't mind, is I understand that got possibly left off, and I don't know, I just vaguely remember that discussion. But I just ask that I'm not gonna remember that, and everyone who comes about is not gonna remember that, and I won't be able to do that either.
Okay.
But if you could, you know,
I'll keep-
whatever,
I'll keep
whenever,
bringing it
2
up.
months from now, I don't know, but like, I just can't, there's no way I can get on that right now.
I
don't-
got you.
You know, and I mean, if you all feel like supporting, we can, you know, maybe pick and choose, but I feel like that at this point in time, that we just now just realized it happened.
I gotcha. I always keep a list of what I talk about
Yeah.
and
So
then
if you
mark
don't
it
mind,
off,
like,
but
putting it, you know.
I will
yeah,
absolutely do
that's
that.
fine.
Yeah, I gotcha, and that's all
Thank
I've
you, I
got.
appreciate it.
Thank you, Laura. Okay, Councilman Ratliff is not here. He was sick and had to leave, so we're moving on to Jan. Jan?
I got a big long list, but I'm going to forego some of
Okay.
All right, thank you.
it. Okay, first of all, the people at the food pantry wanted to know if we could, forego their fee on the dumpster or put a locked lid on it because everybody in the community is
Are
using it.
using it,
And I said, I don't believe we could forego the fee, but
you can't forgo the fee, can't get.
that maybe we could get a
But
lock.
I'm pretty sure, did you get a new one down there?
Do I want,
Did behind the shop there, did they have, where you're at, do they have a new one?
well, I have a dumpster there, but everybody comes and dumps in it.
Well, does it, I mean, I'm just asking, does it have a lid, cause I know
Yeah.
some of ours does, I've noticed.
Yeah,
that.
it has a lid, but
Oh, it
but
does
we
have
don't
a
lock
lid,
it.
it doesn't have a lock. Do they have a lock? If they put a lock on it, okay,
Mm.
Yeah,
okay, so I wasn't sure. I mean, I'll definitely check on it, but I'm assuming that's probably something that's feasible.
yeah, ours has one, but I don't have a key on it, but sometimes I'd like to, cause I don't have room to put my trash. Then, what is the policy on using the stage?
I don't know that there is a policy, I feel like that, I mean, and I don't, if there is one, I don't know about it, and I'm just being real
I
honest.
had someone comment that, and I referred him to you.
I did talk to him,
Okay.
so in that particular instance, I told him you would have to fill out an events application, and with that, I went ahead and directed it down to, Chief Holt, and he'll bring it back up to me with his knowledge, and I'll either sign it or not sign it.
I told him I didn't know what the policy was or the fee.
I don't know that there is a fee for the application.
And for the use of it, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that
I do think there's a $10 fee for the event form, I think,
for the what?
the event application.
Really?
I-
Cause they just said, maybe it's when it gets approved, they say.
Maybe, I think there is some monetary attachment.
Well, I just try not to
Okay,
know absolutely everything.
I'm with you. Me too.
Again,
But, I don't think it's very much, if anything, but I do know who you're talking about, and I've already directed him to
okay,
complete those
all
tasks.
right. Same sad story about the trash pickup. Is the street department doing any of that pickup in time? I mean, just the actual picking up of trash on the streets? Cause I've had several complaints.
Not to my knowledge, they're not. I mean, if they do that, like, I mean, if you have like something happen, I'm sure they will, but as far as like just going around picking up trash, no, they are not doing that. And previously, is, you know, when we were talking about the mowing, that was supposed to somehow be included in there. I don't know how, but it was at no direction.
Okay, then I have, a couple more, but I'm only gonna bring up one. The, what you call it, the yard over over there where you come out of Richlands with all those vehicles. Does the town ever sell off, like some of the, it's trashy looking? It's all
Oh, are you
over.
talking about behind the street department? Like,
Yeah.
it's
Patrick
kinda
Martin.
right- Yeah, we're gonna, normally the chief does that, and, I've been tasked with things
It's the
with
biggest
that.
mess I've
Yeah,
ever seen.
And I think they're gonna have an auction, but it's not, I think we have maybe more stuff. Are you talking about like, so you went right here, I don't know, the
Go up
road?
over the railroad tracks.
Yeah, okay.
You know, White's property,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, no.
I'm not familiar with White's property, but.
Yeah, it was.
It was, there was like a paving thing kinda right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
I don't think they're in business no more. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, those are, and they're real visible now that they've cleaned the rest of
It's
that
on.
stuff up. But we're gonna have, they're gonna auction off a lot of that. And me and, Chief Holder are working on getting everything together, and I think he's gonna get it out to somebody to assist with that, cause I think that's been over there for some time. Most of it anyway.
Well, I think they moved it from one place to the other.
Yeah, I think so.
One more thing, if you would check on this for me, I know you won't have an answer tonight, but is the town getting the gate fees at the rec park, or is one of the organizations getting them, like when they have a game?
When they have the kids' games, like when I go to Alyssa's games, they collect the fee. And they have somebody, the rec park, we keep the fee. The only time that I know of recently, and this is just recently, cause I haven't really had that much attention to that before, but like if they have like something else that where it's gonna require a lot of people, and instead of like maybe, you know, either you normally either make them pay to rent the facility or, and have the person, you know, if they're gonna charge a fee, they have to provide the person to collect the fee. But there's always, I would assume we would always provide, if they come there and buy drinks or whatever, normally 99% of the time, if they're collecting the fee. Now, I don't know about when like places rent that, if that person then turns around and charges, I just don't know. I know that there was that wrestling tournament that something along those happened, and due to staffing, they felt like that was the best option at the time. But as far as everything else, yes, there's somebody that works for us sitting there collecting the fee at the door.
Okay, I have another question from a parent. Who gets the fees from, you know, where the children pay to play ball? It's like a $35 fee. Does that go to the
Well, that's
town?
the cost to run run that sport. So we buy T-shirts, we pay refs, we have extra people that we pay, you know, to collect those fees, to be there. We're open on Mondays that we're not normally open on to get these games in there. It is all encumbersome kind of fee. I mean, that's normally always what those fees like that go. A registration fee goes to pay for the cost to run that sport, whatever it may be.
Okay. I'll leave the other 10 off.
Okay. Okay. I think we're ready for the last topic, mayor's comments. Oh, I'm sorry, Rick, I'm sorry.
I've got one
My
thing.
bad.
I've got one thing. Well, I've got a whole bunch, but I'm ready to go to the house. The Simmons Ranch property. What?
I don't know.
I'll need some more details as well.
It's on Iron Street.
Yeah, they're gonna give us the property. We don't have no property. They're cleaning up the thing, so I'm ready to take it.
I think, Rick, I will be able to provide more information at the next council. I don't have specific things to disclose, but I will be able to provide more information.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all I've got with it.
Okay, and I will include everybody. Okay, did I leave anybody out? And please pardon me for doing that. Do you want to say anything else, Mike? Okay. Mayor's comments, I had several things to talk about, but I'm going to keep it to the section house. I had talked months ago about us having Jefferson Scholars, and they are coming. And their names are John Regasta, Dr. Regasta, and Bill Barker. John Regasta is a published author. He teaches law at the University of Virginia. He's a practiced lawyer. He's a beekeeper, and he also is a Monticello scholar. He is a world-renowned scholar on Jefferson. And while that might sound boring, it absolutely is not. He talks about the Jefferson and his influence on today's world, such as in education and government. Very interesting. He's a light-hearted guy and not an elitist snob. The next thing I want to mention is, coming with him is Bill Barker. Bill Barker is known around the world as the most famous first-person interpreter of Thomas Jefferson. And to substantiate that, as you might know, Jefferson was an ambassador to France. So when they need someone to interpret Thomas Jefferson at the Palace of Versailles, they call for Bill Barker. They're coming here. And I'm very proud of that. And it's not me, it's the section house. And so to that end, we have 2 events going on. And this is the section house of the town of Richlands, working in conjunction with the University of Virginia, Monticello, Tazewell County Public Schools, and the college. So we're reaching out to all the people that we need support from. And so we have the event on March the 28th is an event at the section house. It's a catered dinner, and John and Bill will be there. And to that end, we have limited space. It's $50 a ticket. That money is being used to pay them, okay? They don't come for free, but they're wonderful people. If a member of council is interested, I must know by tomorrow if you want it, and you please make I need to know so we can reserve space, and the space is limited. And to that end, you should make your check payable to the town of Richlands and stub it section house or Jefferson tickets, whatever, so that it's clearly known. When Letty gets it, she knows exactly what it's for. And so then on Wednesday, the 29th, they will be going to Southwest Virginia Community College and meeting in the Ratliff Commons for our students. There will be a good many college students there. Richlands High School will send a large contingent of students through the History Club, and possibly Graham and Tazewell, but I know definitely Richlands. So these are real opportunities to put our town on the map and give our best foot forward. So you're all invited, but I do need to know by tomorrow, and then you make your own checks to the town. Thank you. Your Great Escape. Okay. And he's done that before, so he knows all how to do it. He's worked there before for us, and it'll be delicious and nutritious and all these things. So if you want to have a little side trip to things that we normally do, this is educational, and it's fun, and it puts our town in such a positive light. Now, does anybody have anything else to share?
I just have a little something, and I know we talked about it earlier, but just to retouch on the Ginger, what she was inviting you all to, I'm pretty sure is this weekend.
Yes.
Okay, so I won't be able to go, so if somebody if you want to tell me and I can follow back up with her, or.
It's what, Saturday? Is it Saturday or?
It's at 3
The
on
18th,
Saturday, the
3 p.m.
18th at
Orientals.
Richlands Middle School,
What day is that, a Saturday?
Saturday.
Okay, so put a little note or write it on your palm of your hand, and let's go. Be supportive. Thank you.
And I think that basically, from my understanding, when she called, the office is the town manager and the mayor and some other members of council have done it previously.
Yes.
I more than likely will not be able to attend on a Saturday, because that's when probably we'll have basketball, but,
Well, there's a tournament that day.
well, I mean, out of town,
Oh,
Travis.
we're
Travis
hosting.
basketball.
I'm supposed to be helping with that, so I'm trying
Nah.
to figure out how I'm going to go to all these things, but I'll do my best.
Well, they're all at the same location.
Yeah.
One other thing. I'd like to make a motion that we adjourn.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Members of council, thank you.
way Doug left his.